Hey coin collectors, it's DC from DC Coin, looking at some 1974 Franklin Delano Roosevelt dimes. Way over here we can see that there is a D over that one. We have the Denver and the Philly dimes here. Of course in 1974, no marking on the Philly version. But let's take a look at some of these dimes, and I want to talk a little bit about what these dimes are made of, because I found this really funny dime on the ground in the parking lot that looked like it had been run over a few times. And when we look at these dimes, we see that they have kind of a silver color to them. They are not actually silver, however, they are copper nickel clad copper. So on the outside it's a copper nickel blend, and on the inside it's a copper. And the reason that I can tell you that I know what it is for sure, and this is the dime that I actually found in the parking lot, and it just got crushed. Look at that baby. So it got all scraped up. Look way down inside, you see the copper, and on top this is the cladding, and it actually scraped right through. So we see that this is a dime. It is a Franklin Roosevelt dime. It's a 2000 and something. We see there's actually a D on here. This one, I think you'd have a hard time even getting 10 cents for it, because you couldn't put it in the machine or anything, and I'm not sure the bank would take it. You could certainly try, because they're supposed to take currency if they can identify it, even if it's damaged. I think we'll keep this one just because I like it so much. And on this side you can see it's scraped right through, so there's like the little bits of copper underneath. And so this is what, when they talk about a copper nickel clad copper, they're talking about the outside surface of this is just like a coating almost, and then the inside is a copper. And of course you can always tell, because you can just look right up there and see the copper on the side of these coins. But there you are, that's our damaged one. And if we look, we can see the copper there. Franklin Delano Roosevelt facing to the left, Liberty in front of him, In God We Trust under his chin. There's a JS down here, can you see that? That's for John Sinnock, Sinnock, who was the engraver of this coin. On this one we see no mint mark at all. This one we see that it is a Denver mint mark. In 1974, at Philadelphia, which is the no mint mark coin, made 470 million. Denver, they made 571 million. So these coins, they made 1 billion of these coins altogether between Denver and Philly. And then they made another 2.6 million at the San Francisco Mint proof coins. If you get one of these, either one of these coins in a MS65 or above, you're going to start talking about a little bit of money, $4 to $5. The mint set coin with the S on it is worth about $4 to $5 also. So these are actually worth as much or more. When you look for the 1974 dimes, one of the things you need to look for is the back of them, and to see if there's any double dies or any doubling on them. If you want a really expensive coin, you have to be able to see the two bands here and the two bands here, the so-called full band version of these coins. When we look at the back, we don't see the bands hardly at all. You can kind of tell they're there. United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum down here, going across. We have an olive branch here, an oak branch here. You can see the acorn on this oak, and another one up there. And then you can see the olives on the olive branch. These are two dots that they put on each side as a kind of a separator, and it says one dime, and as you know, the United States coins don't say 10 cents on them anywhere. This coin has been around for a long time. Prior to this coin, of course, we had this Liberty dime actually came out when Franklin Delano Roosevelt was in office. He died, and then they came out with the dimes, and you can see the kind of wings coming off, Roman-like image here. And down here we see it says, In God We Trust. We tip it up, and one of the things we don't see is any brown, because there isn't any brown in here. There's no copper, or not much, in these 90% silver dimes. United States of America at the top, we see that this is a different image, and then one dime at the bottom, E pluribus unum, and we see that these are in fact, the reason I say these weren't stars is because these are stars on the Liberty dime. We talk about how the United States of America calls their coins dimes. Not all countries call their 10-cent coins dimes. In fact, many of them call them 10-cent or 10 cents coins. So this is the Canadian dime from 1980 with a sailing ship on it. We see that it says 10 cents. Here's an old British Caribbean Territories 10 cents coin, and you see that's cents too, the two tens. This is, there really isn't a British Caribbean Territories anymore. This is the Eastern Group one. We see that this is a 1955. This looks like it might be silver, but in fact it's not. They had switched over in 1948, I think. The United Kingdom countries switched over to away from these silver coins, well before the United States did. Of course, the United States had all these silver sources out west, Nevada and Montana. They were much more able to get their own silver, as were the Canadians. And the Canadians actually shifted over from silver after we did. Well, that's all we have today from the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.